Every morning starts off with coffee, so I buy my coffee 3 pounds at a time from Costco and store it in those teal containers, a fact that'll come into play later. I get my coffee filters from Aldi, of course, and I got this scale, which I will explain momentarily. So, one thing to notice about this scale is that when you press on it, it flops around. That's because it's missing a rubber foot. I hope that someday this video makes enough money where I can afford to have a level scale. Anyway, I set it to grams and I zero it out and I add 45 grams of coffee. And you're probably wondering why 45 grams of coffee. Well, like I mentioned earlier, I buy 3 pounds of coffee from Costco. And if you divide 3 pounds by 45 grams and do some sort of crazy conversion mathematics, you find that that gives you 30-day supply of coffee. So if I always measure out 45 grams, that bag will last me 30 days. Once I have my coffee, I head out back. That's where the grinder is, and I use this grinder for a couple reasons. One is because it's very noisy, and I don't want to disturb the household in the morning, so I'll just disturb the neighbors instead. Another reason I use this grinder is because my friend Binod, who bought it for me, says it's a burr grinder or something like that. The blades grind the coffee better. I don't know. But you can hear how loud it is. I have the volume turned way down and it's still noisy. You might ask yourself, don't bugs and things crawl in your grinder at night? Tom, it is Florida, and maybe they do, but they get ground up and I'm going to put it through boiling water. So back indoors, this is my coffee machine from Cuisinart, and you say, hey, wait a second, there's a grinder already in that. Why don't you use that? And the answer is because it doesn't work. That's the third reason I use the grinder out back. I hope that someday this video will generate enough money that I can afford a coffee machine that works. So let's start this thing up and move on to our next task. And that is filling up the kettle. And you'll say, why are we filling up a kettle? Well, it's a little bit cold this time of year in Florida, so I'm going to make my wife a hot water bottle. If you don't know what that is, that's just a rubbery container that holds hot water, hence the name. And you can use it for therapeutic reasons or just to stay warm on a cold day. Now you're saying, Tom, why are you putting a glove on top of your kettle? That's because the kettle top doesn't stay shut. I hope that someday I will earn enough money from these videos to afford a kettle that works properly. Here I am checking the food waste. It's about time to compost that before it starts to smell bad. All right, so we got the coffee going, we got the hot water going. Let's see what kind of day it's going to be. It's going to be beautiful in Jacksonville, a lovely 60 degrees. Let's get some stuff done. Why am I doing this in vertical mode instead of landscape? I don't know. Just mixing it up because I'm not very good at this whole vlogging thing yet. Anyway, coffee. Yay. Hot water bottle. Yay. Okay, not the smoothest transition there, but here's the Winn-Dixie flyer, and one of my missions today is to get these 99 cents a pound chicken thighs. I should note that this is not being sponsored by Winn-Dixie either. Now I have the family cookbook, and there's a request for dinner tonight. Arroz con pollo.
You mean arroz?
Yes, arroz.
So I better check the ingredient list and make sure I have everything. I break out a piece of paper and I start writing down what I don't have. And then my next step would be to take this piece of paper upstairs, show it to my wife so she can add what we really need in the house. Okay, it's 8:21, so I'm going to go exercise at yoga school, and then from there, head over to Winn-Dixie to get that pork we talked about. Not pork, chicken thighs, and then after that to Aldi. So success, I've signed up. And here we see the list in portrait mode. That's what my wife added to it. Here I am at the school. I don't know why they call us the Sunshine State because it is not sunny today. And, yo, look at this. I killed it at class today. 10 out of 10. Okay, so now I went to Winn-Dixie, and look, they're all sold out. so too slow. Gonna have to try again tomorrow. Here we are. Let's get things done. Step 1, fish out a quarter from the tray so that we can have a buggy. Then grab all the bags that we need, like a real Aldi Pro. Okay, it's already 11:30, but we did finish our exercise, Winn-Dixie, and Aldi shopping. Here's all the bags. Should we do it all in one trip like a real man? What do you think? What would you do? Put your answer down in the comments. I'd made 2 trips because I'm not out to impress anyone. Okay, it's 11:53. I'm going to the fridge for something. I'm not sure what. Oh, because it's 11:53, time to make lunch for my wife. So I fished the lunch out, find some other goodies to throw in the salad. We got feta. Love that. What else am I looking? Oh, I'm looking for the little fancy tomatoes that she likes. So I don't put the fancy tomatoes into the last minute because, you know, they have a lot of moisture and I don't want all the salad to wilt while it's sitting in there. And what else? Let's go all out. I have some Aldi croutons and something extra fancy. I don't even know where these came from, but brand name craisins. Probably. Oh, there's my finger covering the lens up. Okay. Everything we need except salad dressing. Now, I don't know how in the world we've ended up with Olive Garden Italian dressing. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how cool. Your house has pre-made salads in the refrigerator. But there's no magic elves doing that. We have to do that. And in fact, that's our task today, to make a salad that'll last us the rest of the week. But before we can do that, we have to clean the dishes that have spontaneously arisen in the sink. So step 1 of this process is to chop up, wash, and then put the greens on this towel to dry. You're like, wow, Tom, that towel's kind of dirty. No, it's just stained from the hundreds of salads we've made over the years. You're probably also saying, why are you washing it? Because it's thoroughly washed. I trust Costco, but my wife would prefer I wash it again, so that's what we're gonna do. It's hard to believe, but this is not sped up. To wash it, I just, rinse it under the sink, and then I got this salad spinner, and I spin away, and then get as much water as I can out, and then just dump it on that towel to, first I chop it up into smaller bite-sized pieces. Then I put it on that towel to dry out. And then I repeat that over and over until we have enough salad. Then I got out some carrots. In hindsight, 2 gigantic carrots I'm going to have to peel these carrots, of course, and our house has 2 different peelers. The normal type peeler that everybody uses and is very efficient, and then this crazy other one that you have to pull up and down that my wife likes. So there's the correct one and the incorrect one. Tell me in the comments which one you like. Obviously, that is the correct one, though. So when people say there are no wrong answers, there are actually wrong answers. So this is real time. I'm just extremely fast. I'm gonna chop off a few extra for myself. If you look at the very bottom of the screen, I bought myself a little treat, some hummus from Aldi. So those are my carrot sticks for the hummus. Grinding those things down without busting my knuckles. Slowly coming to the realization that I don't need 4 pounds of shredded carrots for the salad, but we don't waste anything in this house. We'll use it for something. And I have these leftover peels. Let me tell you what I'm going to do with those. You're probably like, why aren't those cushions on the couch? And that's a good question. It's because it was raining, so I put them here so they wouldn't get wet, even though they're designed to get wet. It's easier if they don't. Anyway, here's where the worms live, in this tower here. So, try to give the kitchen scraps to them. One layer, the worms are munching down on some leftover lettuce, but I bet if we lift this up, oh yeah, because they love cardboard, so they're going to town. Anyway, that's my worms. That's what I do with my scraps. Give them to the worms. Okay, well, more things to clean up. And you can see that I'm starting to stage food for dinner tonight. But it's, let's see, 12:53, so we still have lots of time. So we've washed and we're drying out the lettuce in the back, or the greens, if you will, and we've chopped up some carrots, but there's more to do. I pulled some celery out. Really, I just find whatever's in the fridge and throw it into the salad. So, chopping up the celery, then I have 2 yellow peppers, and I wash the seeds off of those, chop them up, and then I think to myself, that's kind of boring to have 2 yellow ones, so I went back and got a red one. So the reason I don't put these in the compost with the rest of the food waste is because it has a lot of seeds, and I don't want seeds. You put it in your garden, and then in the next month you have 1,000 little peppers popping up. So I'm just assembling it. There's our carrots, peppers, and celery, and now I'm rinsing off some beans. Whatever beans happen to be in the pantry. These were great white northern beans. Pack it up, put it in the fridge. Hey Google, set a timer for 7 minutes.
Sure, 7 minutes. And you're starting now.
Okay, it's been about 4 minutes. Let's see if I can adjust this at all. Maybe they've shrunk up a little bit. Get this guy in there. Get you in there. You don't take up so much room. Share the pot. Alright. Let's get in there. Good enough. Let it cook a little more. All right, after 7 minutes, I'm gonna flip them around. They're gonna cook in the pot later. We're just trying to brown them. See if these had the skins on them. Of course, then we'd be browning the skins and all that good stuff and getting the flavor out of it. But since we don't, I guess we're just trying to, I don't know, get some grease out of them. Anyway, I turn up the heat a little bit. Let's let that go. Alright, so it hasn't really been the 7 to 9 minutes that it recommends, but I don't know what's going on here. There's a lot of liquid. So I'm just going to pull everything out. The chicken's going to cook. Whoa. I know it's not cooked all the way through, but we're going to be sticking it in the oven for a while, so it'll be fine. So we're supposed to get most of this grease or whatever it is out of here, just a little bit to cook the onion. Seems like a fairly dangerous operation. Oh, by the way, I washed this bowl before I put the chicken back in, don't worry. All right, let's see if we can do this without causing trouble. Nope, those are hot. Okay. Very good. So it says to only put 2 tablespoons of this back in. That doesn't seem like a lot, but so I'll go for 3. And then we put in the rest of our onions. It says half a cup. This is more than half a cup, but I don't want to waste any. We cook that for a little bit. And we scrape it around.
I'm intrigued. You're taping, right?
I am, yeah. You can be part of it if you want.
No, no, thank you.
Do you want?
Enjoy it.
All right, I'll send you a link. All right, that's 2 cups of rice. It's supposed to be a long grain rice, but I only have basmati rice. And you know what we do in this house? We use what we got. So, basmati rice. And Sazon seasoning. Now, I don't know how much you're supposed to use, but my wife always says use 2 packages because she likes a lot of flavor. So 2 packages of Sazon. And we're gonna just let that cook for a little bit. And it's starting to stick. I better put in the broth. Where did I put the broth? 2.5 cups of broth. Okay, 2.5 cups of broth. Let's see, what else am I supposed to put in here? Remember all that sofrito we made earlier? Now that goes in. Very good. Now I have some olives. It's supposed to be a 1/4 cup, but my family likes olives, so it's more than a 1/4 cup. And then I have capers, which I don't know what a caper is, but I have a big jar of it in the fridge, so 2 tablespoons of that. Let's mix that around. Alright. The recipe says I should have 2 more tablespoons of lemon juice. I do not, but I have a little bit left. That's the best we're going to get from that. And salt and pepper. So 1 teaspoon of salt. And 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Now we got a goop going on. See, did I forget anything? Oh yeah, I need a bay leaf. We keep our bay leaves in a salsa jar. It makes it easy. Alright. And then, remember that chicken we had? Now we tuck it into the rice like this. So now we wait till this comes to a vigorous simmer, and then we'll put it in the oven. Alright, so you can see I swapped out my workout gear for my afternoon wear, my pajamas. So I'm going to not take any chances, put on my gloves. Transfer this to a baking sheet. Why a baking sheet? Because a baking sheet makes it easier to get it in and out. At least I think so. Okay, in the oven for 30 minutes. Let's go. Hey Google, set a timer for 30 minutes.
Sure, 30 minutes. And we're starting now.
Take that, Siri. Oops, I made a mistake. It's for 20 minutes. I should turn this burner off. It's for 20 minutes, not 30 minutes. So, hey Google, set a timer for 20 minutes.
Okay, 20 minutes. Starting now.
Take that, Alexa. I've been told cleaning the kitchen videos or cleaning the house videos are popular, so the next portion of this video will be me cleaning the kitchen with some soothing music playing in the background. I thought this was kind of funny. In the midst of washing all the dishes, I grabbed this green cup and realized that it's full of drinking water, something I poured myself earlier, and I'm like, cool. something to drink. You know, it's even better. I got some leftover lemons to squeeze into that, so that was a delightful little find in the midst of cleaning the dishes. All right, back to the music. All right, the big reveal. My wife said don't let people see how messy our house is, so don't look at the top of that stove. Lift with your legs. You ready? Do you got a good view of this? Let's move in. Ta-da! Doesn't look good, so we're gonna let it sit for 10 minutes or so, then we'll fluff it up, and then I'll be ready to eat. And we'll remember to turn the oven off, and then we'll open the door to get some of that oven heat in this house. So it's 5:30, and the kitchen is mostly cleaned. Dinner's made. It's been a full and complete day. That's kind of what I do all day. If you want to see more, tune in next time and see what I do tomorrow.